Good afternoon, guys. It's the 8-week fitness business revolution with myself, Chris Brown from Superfit Business, Tribal Retention System, and a whole host of other places. All right, so we're going to dive into the content today. Like I said, any questions that you've got, fire them in the box, and we shall get to them afterwards. All right. So today is all about understanding the emotional needs of your perfect client. Okay, that sounds very intricate, and it is, and it's not at the same time. Yet it's one of the most important things that people never ever do. They kind of make this stuff up, which is not the right way to attack it. All right, and I'm going to show you some very good examples throughout this of how to do it, how to connect with people, and so you can really start targeting people so that every single piece of communication you make, a video, every single article you write, everything you write for your blog is all dictated around the emotional needs of your perfect client. Okay, so it is completely customer focused. I mean, the end product you decide to promote, i.e. your fitness camps, group training, one-to-one, whatever service you're thinking of is completely irrelevant at this stage. Okay? Completely irrelevant. You need to think of the end user and get to know them intimately and emotionally first. And this is where most people go wrong. Most marketers, they decide to start a fitness camp, they put on the dates and the times and things like that, yet they don't know who they want to work with, they don't understand the clients, so yet they can't create a program. Because things are going to be different. Only then, once you've sorted that out, can you deliver a huge amount of value by promoting your service as a potential solution to their problem, need, pain, urgency, or result. Okay? Let me repeat this again. So the end product you decide to promote, your fitness camps, group training, one-to-one, whatever service you're thinking of is completely irrelevant at this stage. You need to think of the end user and get to know them intimately and emotionally first. Only then can you deliver a huge amount of value by promoting your service as a potential solution to their problem, need, pain, urgency, result. And this gets used quite a lot, but imagine walking into a bar and your end result, what you want to promote to this girl is basically you want to sleep with them, right? You're not going to get there by first of all saying, come on, jump in bed with me. You're going to have to understand them and connect with them, build a relationship with them first, and then go. Depends if they're in the big market though, right, Dean? So this way, you know the solution you're offering is as perfect as a fit you'll ever get. And you're producing a real tangible result of those people, right? Because you can then tailor your program directly to the needs of the person who's investing in it, okay? So, for example, I'm going to go into this in a little bit more depth, but imagine a program that is aimed around men who are 20, like in the late teens, early 20s, who want to pack on muscle, as opposed to a woman who wants fat loss who is menopausal. Okay, there's very much different emotional needs. There's very much a different structure in how you do the program, how you do everything else. So you really need to understand this prior to trying to promote your program. Otherwise, you're going to attract all types of people and you're not really going to be able to attract anybody that you really want to work with. So there's 3 key points to this presentation. There's 3 key points to understanding this as well. So you first of all choose a customer that you like to do business with. I know Dio's got a badass niche for his stuff. I know Dean is a very good kind of... Dean trains very well. He does a lot of CrossFit stuff. Who else we got on the line? We've got Mark, who is Mark's got a good mission, but I'm not entirely sure what he's delivering in terms of his program. I'm sure we'll find out over the coming weeks. We also have Paul, who is in fitness camps, and we've got a couple of other guys who mentor with me on the line as well. But figuring out specifically what it is that they want to achieve. I mean, the desired end result from their perspective, not from our perspective, right? That's a key word. Figuring out specifically what it is they want to achieve. The desired end result from their perspective. That's huge, okay? Often, we try to, say, for example, we think women want to lose 7 pounds, but it might not be that. It might be that they want to feel emotionally more strong. They want to be more confident. They want to just feel good. They want more energy so they can play with the kids. But we'd never find this out without any kind of deep targeted research and things like that. So number 3 is digging so deep that you discover and can feel their pain and empathize with them. What is the desperate emotional need they're looking to satisfy? What is their why? Okay, you might have read the Avatar, and if you haven't read the Avatar document, go over into the group now and grab it, because we're going to talk about that. Okay? Does that all make sense? Let me just grab some questions right now why we're in here. Does that make sense? Yes? Any good? Yeah? No? Yes. Makes sense. Yes. Perfect sense. Okay, let's move on. So, you need to create your ideal target customer avatar. Okay, and people have talked about this, and I know Paul talks about this a lot in his stuff as well, but I don't think anybody actually details how to do it, right? Everybody knows they need to have an avatar, where they live and things like that, whatever. But they don't really go into the deep kind of persona creating. And the people that do it well do this very well. The people who make a lot of money do this very well. The savvy marketers do this very well. But the people who kind of struggle to create money and create cash fail to do this so well. Okay? So the webinar that I did the other night, I knew that traders really struggle to create content. So I got a lot of good feedback around that because I understood that traders like really struggle with that. I understand that. They know that's one of the biggest ways that they can grow their authority within the local community. So by delivering content on that, I was positioned very well as an expert. Does that make sense? Because I know the emotional needs of the traders. So number one, what is a customer avatar? Number two, why use or create an avatar? The goal of an avatar and how to create your own avatars. Okay? So what is an avatar, first of all? Basically, it's a real-life persona that you create based on real research and facts, not just made-up mumbo-jumbo. It's not guesswork. You create context about the real thoughts, concerns, intentions, mindsets, and needs of your target audience as a whole. Okay? The reason we do this is so that we can understand more. We can create a program. Like, it's unrealistic if we know our avatar is like super busy, a professional, they get very little time, yet we ask them to train 3 times a day, right? That's unrealistic. Or we ask them to train early morning, late night, when we know they're going to struggle for time and they're only going to probably get 3-4 sessions a weekend, right? So to create a program where they're going to be training twice a day is unrealistic. Does that make sense? So you really understand the needs of your target audience. And it's based up on research, not made up stuff. So you don't just start writing pen to paper and creating factual personas. Although that would probably be more beneficial than doing none of this. You get intimately connected to your audience and feel what they feel. You experience what they have experienced so you can feel their point of view. You cannot connect with your audience effectively without first understanding and identifying exactly what they're going through. Okay? And it's a narrative that creates context about the real thoughts, concerns, intentions, mindsets, and needs of your target audience as a whole. Basically, we're understanding the story that they're telling themselves every single day. And most marketers fail right here. Most marketers try and just push whatever program because they think everybody needs to lose weight, right? And a lot of people do, but unless we really target it and create content based around what people want, then you're going to struggle to create your services. So why use an avatar? Basically, once you've created the avatar, you'll use it for literally everything within your business, okay? It will represent the whole entire audience that you build. So your ads, your sales copy, your squeeze pages, the content that you create, your videos that you create, the articles you write, whatever it is, it'll all be directed towards this avatar. It'll all be directed towards the emotional needs of this person. Okay, so that your information benefits that person regardless of whether they pay you money or not. Okay, so you actually decide to create content that actually helps and guides people prior to actually having any clients. So most people will get a few clients and then they'll try and tweak things. It's better off to far better to understand the people you want to work with, attract those people into your business, and then they're like, wow, this dude knows shitloads about me. Okay, so why use an avatar? 93% of human communication is non-verbal, meaning basically the written word only holds 7% of the actual message, right? Our job is to uncover the 93% of the unknown through research so that we can connect with prospects through the content we create and copy we produce. Like the way it is now, through social media, through blogs and things like that, it's two-way connection on the internet, right? It's actually, we're in Web 2.0 now, which is the internet Web 2.0. Web 1.0 was actually being able to put a website on the internet. Web 2.0 was when the introduction of two-way communication, so blogs, etc., social media, and Web 3.0 is actually something which is pretty insane, but I'm not here to talk about that right now. Okay, so our job is to kind of understand all of the other things that are going on, other than just the 7% of things that people write here, right? So their communication, they say, I want to lose weight, right? That's 7% of the message. The rest of it is inflection of how they say things. It's their body language. You can then tailor all of your programs and nutrition programs specifically around their needs. For example, a muscle building program for teenage guys is going to be completely different to fat loss for menopausal women. Can you see how targeting these is going to be completely different? So if we go for a generic type of program, then it's going to be very difficult to target both of these demographics by using the same type of program. Someone's just put their hand up, so let's dive in. Right. My slides aren't showing up. Can everybody see the slides, guys? Frozen screen. Shit. Can you see it at all? Just frozen on microphone on my phone. Joke. Right, let me pause it a second. Can you see it now? No, shit. Still working? Yeah. Big screen. Yeah. Okay, guys. The recording will actually have all this in anyway, so it doesn't matter. As long as you've got as long as you've got the information, okay? So we're going to dive back in. Right. Let's go. Okay. So, pick up. Why create an avatar? So you can tailor all of your programs, nutrition programs, specifically around their needs. For example, a muscle building program for teenage guys is going to be completely different to fat loss for menopausal women. Like, can you see how targeting these two demographics is going to be completely different, right? So if I was to put together a training program for these two people, I'd have different needs, different wants, different desires. So it's not just going to be a generic fat loss program or a generic muscle building program. Right, so you really have to target and specifically give the person what they need or what they want as well. We want to connect as much as possible with the prospect's emotional needs. We want to completely tailor everything we do around this person. Creating the avatar gives you a real person to create stuff for. So you can really write towards this person, right? And the goal of the avatar is to create a real person that we can get tangible results for and really connect to them and help. It allows your message to be 100% more impactful because you're actually speaking directly towards them and you're actually helping and guiding them. All right? This is critical stuff. So how do you create your own avatar? So first of all, you research. Second of all, you take all the facts. Third, demographics. Fourth is psychographics. And 5 is create a story based on facts. Okay, so we're going to break this all down now. So research. Where do you do your research? So you can go to current clients, local forums, and internet-based research to build a persona. Okay? So who's got current clients at the minute? Let's dive into the questions here because I want to make this pretty interactive. Yeah, so you can use your current clients to get the research, to really find out what they want. A couple of one-to-ones. There's other ways you can do it as well. So if you haven't got current clients, then I'm going to show you exactly how to use it now. So we're going to dive onto Facebook, guys. Bear with me a second. So it's going to take a little bit of digging this, right? So Facebook, we're going to search for weight loss groups. Girlfriends weight loss support group. So hopefully this will be open. Right, so look, if we're in here, if there's a lot of interaction, right, so look, this gives us really good insights. We can just like basically be a fly on the wall to everything. Right, so everything mate is from Skinny Taste. Right, this just seems to be a lot of people sharing stuff. There's not a much connection. So here's what. Good morning, girlfriends. What are your weekend plans? Okay, so I'm about to go to the bank and library, then picking up my niece and her cousin for a girls' night sleepover. The girls are 8 and 10 years old, right? So that gives us a great insight into her, right? We can even, right, this is how crazy Facebook is. We can even go on her profile. We can even get a photo of her to get an idea of what she looks like, right? We can then like see what kind of stuff her profile shows us. So, did a 5k run, dirty dog mud run. You know, she likes dogs. You kind of connect deeper. You know, she's from America. She likes things shaped as dicks. You can see there, right? So there's photos of her doing the mud run and things like that, right? So then we go back into the group. Now let's just be expressing interest in doing a 5k fun run walk. Husband says I need to prove today that I can still walk 3 miles before I go and pay for it. So I'm walking 5k. So this shows like a great insight of how husbands react to people when they want to do exercise, right? So you could use this easily in a marketing piece. So like, here's how I would twist that. So have you ever thought about doing a 5k fun run only to come home and tell your husband you're really excited, but then he shoots you down with some kind of negative comment like, you need to prove that you can still walk 3 miles before you go and pay for it, right? You're super pumped up and excited and ready to do this, but yet you're sick of your husband kind of hiding from you and stopping you from moving forward with things, right? So you can really talk to him. It's just like, yeah, that's what my husband does, right? So then we're going here. Shopping is done, went to the bank, laundry is started, nap is next, then going for a walk on my treadmill. So this gives you a great insight to what these type of women do, right? So like, here's a Saturday, right? So you could say something like, does your general Saturday consist of doing shopping, going to the bank, doing all the laundry? Do you just feel so flat out tired that all you feel like doing is walking on the treadmill? When really, you know, you should be doing something more intense, okay? Then you go like here, Shayna McKnight, soccer game this morning, Women's League, major cycle ride Sunday morning, 9 a.m. and prep for triathlon. So she's probably really, really fit in terms of, she trains a lot. She could be unfit. So raw food potluck, also working out and getting creative in the kitchen. What about you, girlfriends? Weight loss support groups host. So my workout was cleaning the house today. Also made a healthy dinner and have gotten in all my water. So look, like, this shows to you just off these few little comments that a lot of females tend to tidy the house on a Saturday and do general chores, right? So it gives you a great insight because you know that your avatar now does this. She's got 2 kids. They like doing 5Ks. And you know that they're really busy on a weekend. So if you were to create a program that either makes them train on a Saturday, they're either going to struggle to do that, or it's going to be unrealistic, or you can really use that angle of like, do you always feel like you run around after other people and you don't get any time for yourself? Okay, so that works there. This group could be quite good if we do a bit of digging. Nice, yeah. Here we go. Let's have a look. Right, so let's dive in somewhere else. So let's go muscle building group for men, just to give you a different viewpoint. Muscle building groups. Right, here we go. Muscle research, bodybuilding, the vault. Open group. Just looks like a lot of spam. There's no real interaction at all, unless I have to join the group to see it. go back. So some of this, guys, you're not going to actually see. It's going to take you a lot of digging deep. And if there isn't a group, then create one and start adding people to it. Here we go. I wonder if I can join the group. Fuck. Yeah, a lot of these you have to request to get in them. Okay, so next place I'll go, right, believe it or not, Amazon.com. Let's go .com. Right, let's say we're looking for weight loss for brides. Right. Here we go. So, beginners exercise DVD. So let's say we are trying to target beginners who want weight loss, right? So here we go. Great for beginners like me. I'm 50 years old, just beginning an exercise program on Doctor's Advice. I found Sunshine's Beginners Exercise DVD. Lightweight, just be what I needed. Inspire me. I find it refreshingly simple and very easy to follow compared to the complicated, hard to follow DVDs I've tried. She first shows you how to do each exercise, So you kind of get an idea of what this woman is looking for. She gives it 5 stars. She said it's simple compared to the other complicated stuff. She likes this. It shows you how to do each exercise and then has a follow along. So she likes that side of things. She reminds you to breathe and drink water, which she likes. At my age, all I want is simple, easy to follow instructions on strength training, right? Key phrase there. Okay, so at my age, all I want is really simple, easy to follow instructions on strength. So right, here we go. Here's a headline just based out of this. Are you age 50 and just want really simple, easy to follow instructions on strength training? Question mark. You go straight to the copy. Does that make sense, guys? Is this helping? Yeah? So let's see. Right, let's go muscle building for guys. Right, let's look for something with a lot of reviews. This will have shitloads of reviews. I've got that book. Right. Here we go. Look at this. Look at like this, guys. This stuff is gold dust. This is just people voicing their opinions about the program, right? This is my first review on Amazon. I decided to write one. Excellent it turned out to be because some of the negative reviews. Owned it for about 2 years. High school, college, what types of exercise. I went from 6'2", 170 pounds to 6'2", 195 pounds in about a year. Got vastly more strong and now do more reps. I've seen a few reviews that could do very fat. Here we go. Perhaps some of the authors of these comments are not lifters and true ectomorph, high metabolic, hard gainer mold, or they did not perform the workouts with proper intensity. And know that if you use the nutrition, portion, and time and Dr. Barati recommends, and you eat a lot of nutritious food, perform workouts just as they appear on a consistent thing. Although solid, informative, entertaining, and easy to read book are highly recommended, although the information can be slightly disorganized and many interesting research references are contained in the book. So you kind of get an insight into him, right? He looks like you can tell immediately, like he's a true ectomorph, he's got a high metabolic rate. He's a hard gainer. You can see that he's went from 170 pounds to 195 pounds, and he's really, you can tell just by the way that he's written that he's pretty proud of that. In a year, got vastly more strong, now do reps with weight that I used to be unable to lift, right? So you can use this like, are you a 6'2", 170 pound skinny dude with a high metabolic rate, of true ectomorphic style and hard gainer mold? Okay, would you like to pack on 25 pounds of lean muscle tissue in a year using my program? Okay, so you can see, like here, if there's a lot of reviews, then people obviously want this type of stuff, right? Does that make sense? You see how I just turned that into like a headline based off that? based off his review, using his words. So let's say Hard Gainer's Guide. The Hard Gainer's Bodybuilding Handbook. What you're looking for is stuff like, I was always a hard gainer, da da da. This is what I struggled with. Whoa. Since started the program, 10 weeks, I put on 15 pounds of solid muscle by following the advice of the book. My wife cannot believe the changes, and neither do my co-workers. While the book advises to only work out 4 times a week, it really is hard work, and the book indicates from the get-go. Rivera does not sugarcoat things, and also while I first was a bit scared, the volume of the trainer is higher than what I've seen in other hard gainers books. As long as you eat, advertise, and rest, you do grow. So if you're hard gaining, you really need a guide to get straight on. Here we go. Nutrition is really explained in detail with simple diets, nutritional information for foods, and even shows you how to design and personalize your own diet. Supplement chapter I found to be extremely valuable, as I used to go to the nutrition stores and buy everything and anything, spend a fortune every time. Now using Rivera's essential list of supplements and some creatine and glutamine, I've cut down on my supplements bill dramatically. I did not realize how much garbage I was getting, and that was doing really nothing. Right, this is a great thing. So, are you a hard gainer that wastes 50% of your monthly wages on invaluable supplements? Are you unsure of what supplements to take to get the biggest bang for your buck? Do you realize the garbage that you're putting in your body that is costing you twice the amount of money that you need to spend? Here's the Hard Gainer's simple guide to 3 supplements that will revolutionize your muscle building attempts. Something like that, okay? Does that make sense, guys? Are you getting a lot out of this? Any questions on it? So, huge resource. So let's here we go. The green smoothie diet is packed full of recipes that will increase your health in ways that you will hardly believe. If you just replace one meal a day with one of these smoothies, you'll feel a lot better and lose weight pretty quickly. If you choose to replace one or more meal, it will have the same effects but more intense. Another great thing about this book is that it's highly delicious. If you're trying to lose weight and detox, what we're looking for here is something like, this might even be good. Not helpful. As usual, most of the recipes not only look and sound very unappetizing, the ingredients list lets you know that this is not for someone for limited financial means. Okay, so here we go. Here's an idea. Are you sick and tired of seeing the healthy smoothie recipes that have a list of like 20 different ingredients that cost you about 17, just say 17, well, we'll say 20 quid to even have one shake or something like that, right? So let's start again. So, are you sick and tired of the veggie smoothies that are, yes, healthy, but cost an arm and a leg just to even have one? Okay. Here's my 3 top veggie smoothies if you are struggling with finances yet want healthy, amazing results. See? See how you can twist a negative into kind of a headline as well. So you know that like this is not helpful because limited financial means, right? Sound very appetizing. So you could even go, are you sick of the unappetizing green smoothies that cost the earth yet still want the benefits that they provide? Here's my top 3 smoothies that cost less than £2.50 and taste like a dream. Something like that. Okay, can you see how we twist that, guys? Is this helping? So now you guys, so you could go on to women's magazines, your section's full of shit. Yeah, definitely, right? So you could go women's weight loss forum. Weight loss. what you will find is a lot of shit on here as well. Every day I will post what I eat. My physical activity is the day. I will post exactly my weight, and every morning I'm thinking of doing food. This is what I had. You should consider joining the fitness challenge thread. Okay, I've started a low calorie diet. This is great information for what women actually do. I'm supposed to be getting a minimum of 1,600 calories, but I cannot seem to be able to eat more than 900 to 1,200. I also bought an Xbox Connect, and Connect Adventures really get you sweating a little more after 20 minutes. I've also started the Couch to 5K thing and the free calorie counter. It tracks my exercise, my calories, my weight, and my neck, waist, hip measurements. On Tuesday I weighed 228. Today's Friday I weighed 223. I'm so proud of myself and not being starving myself or overworking my body. I've been healthier and I love the food I've been eating, right? So this is great insights, guys. I removed the outboard links for your post as they're not allowed here. I'm so proud of you. My fitness pal is excellent. See, these people, I'm not sure who they are, right? But be sure you're watching your daily protein and fiber intake as well as fat and calories. The great thing about this gives you an idea of how much you need per day. Perhaps some of that loss will be from fluids. So you see, right, people like, although it sounds positive, right, perhaps some of that loss will be from fluids. Maybe in future as you need to establish a pattern of the losses won't be as dramatic. Don't be discouraged. It sounds as support, but it's like, oh, you think you've lost 5 pounds in a week? Well, it's basically fluids. So you see, all this stuff is jam packed full of information, guys, and like this stuff's everywhere. Hugely, Paul. Negative reviews massively. You can twist those more than positive because they tell you why they didn't like the program. Make sense? So then you could go, well, this is the program. This is the person that's trying to get that. Obviously, they had a desire to buy that book. So this is the real reason what I could do. So like, did you know that book titles can't be copyrighted, right? So we'll go muscle building. So if we want to start a muscle building program, Alan Cosgrove is obviously, you guys must have heard of him. So we'll look at the 1-star review here, right? Returned this book 10 minutes after my purchase to my Kindle. There were missing pages. Perhaps this is not a Kindle friendly product. Okay, that's not a really helpful one. Not what I expected. I expect more demonstration and detailed pictures and explanations of the proper way to lift and practice good form. It was too wordy and makes assumptions about what the reader already knows. I really wanted to love this book. I've done several of the New Rules series, but have always loved the workouts and the writing and the great amount of information that's Lou Schuler in parts, but I think this book is a bit of a hot mess, to be perfectly honest. The programs are very confusing. So there you go, right? You can use this really well here. Really well. Because basically you can say, look, you know that guys who want to lift, they need detailed pictures and explanations of the proper way to lift and practice good form. That's helpful. You know, not to make it too wordy and don't make assumptions about what the reader already knows. You know, to make the programs very simple and easy to understand. And yeah, that's great insights from there. Massive insights. Can you see how doing this little bit of research makes you wiser already? Like, I could probably put a muscle building program together based on these like these are like frustrations, right? Fears and frustrations. They don't know how to do the form properly. They don't know how to live properly, and that's how you find it, right? So then I can base all of my fear and frustration around the avatar, along with the skiddy stuff that I found before, and I can pretty much like nail an avatar in like an hour or two, right? Let's dive back into the content because I don't want to spend too much time. Does that all make sense, guys? Are you kind of up to speed with that now? Do you think you could go away and do that yourself? Is there anything before we move on? Everybody confirm, just so I know. Yeah, awesome. Okay. Right. So, facts. Let me move this shit out of the way. What did we discover? Right, so we discovered like the skinny guy like put on 25 pounds in a year, and he was excited about that, right? So we can use that as a headline. He was 6'2", 170 pounds, and he went to 195 pounds. I would basically use Evernote to like clip all of this research, and I'm going to show you an example of how I do it in a bit. Like what demographics, so statistical data related to these group of people. So we need to find like the race, the gender, their age, their income, mobility. So if we can find any information on that, that's great as well. The psychographics, so the study and classification of people according to their attributes, aspirations, and other psychological criteria, such as personality, values, attitudes, interests, lifestyles, and social class. Their behaviours, their needs, their wants, and their desires, right? The psychographs is really where we get deep into the emotional needs of the person. The demographics, yeah, they help, but the psychographics is where the real joy is. Okay, so what story based around fact can we now create? You may have found that like 90% of your avatar population have kids. You then find out that they have 2 kids and their average age is 46. You may then want to build a story around 2 kids named Chris, 26, and Sam, 21. Okay, so that's my mum. My mum's 46, I'm 26, my sister's 21. Okay? So then you can kind of build that little story. I want you to have a little go right now. We're going to do this. This is our main task, right? I want you to have a little go now of writing a little story based around some of the information that we just found out. I'm just going to Okay, so we're back. Here we go. But right, Dio, is this based on research or have you done this based on what you think? Okay, so have you just researched this stuff, or what I basically meant, write an avatar based around what we've just done research on there? I know your people pretty good, so here we go. Pam's done one. Think you need to limit calories to drop body fat. Think again. Last, a program that understands it's like what it's like to spend your life obsessed as a woman. This system will free you of the bonds of calorie counting. So you get a better idea of the stuff based on what we said. Right, just fire it in. I'm just going to read out to you this avatar that I created before. Can everybody see that? This is the depth that you need to go into, right? So here's Sally. I've got an image because this helps you create the content around them, right? Once you've got that image there. Do you see how that helps? Just having a picture of somebody as well, right? So Sally is 34. She's a full-time lawyer and is very busy. She lives in the city centre of Liverpool with her fiancé. Sally is a competitive and hungry for results. She works hard in the gym and is almost neurotic about training every day. She's a go-getter. Unfortunately, this insane craving for results and heavy workload with evening socials and drinking a glass of wine per night has left her around a stone overweight despite actually working hard in the gym. She carries the majority of the excess fat in her inner thighs and on her belly. This is what she sees as a problem and she really wants a six-pack. Here's why it's a problem. Her boyfriend of 2 years has just proposed to her, and that was 4 months ago. She's been training 5 times per week for over 2 years and seeing no changes in her body. She was intended as soon as her boyfriend proposed to cut out the wine and start eating more healthy food, but as is life, work got in the way and the socials kept stacking up. There is now only 4 months until the big day. It's panic stations for her now. She needs a solution that works, and it has to work in 3 months or less. This gives her a little bit of a month of leeway. Sally comes from a loving big family. She's been raised to value her family and parents, has always dreamed of the big white wedding. Her grandmum and dad and all her siblings will be there. She's always wanted to wear her mum's white dress, and ever since the age of 7 years old. It's a stunning white lace and satin dress. She's a daddy's little girl and the only daughter in the family, so it will mean a lot to her mum and dad. Sally's mum was 10 years younger than Sally when she was married, and they're very petite. Sally is at least 14 pounds too big for the dress, so there's only one solution. She has to lose the weight fast. She's a go-getter, so she gets into action right away. She's internet savvy, doesn't lack money, her job pays well, and she's also smart. Her being overweight isn't because she doesn't know what to do to stay slim. She seems to overwork and is very stressed. She also lacks stability with her nutrition. She finds meal plans difficult to stick to and has trouble shopping for healthy food, so always opts for convenience. She also knows the value of good preparation, so she tackles this as a normal work project. She gets online, looks for an all-in-one solution for fast fat loss. She doesn't just want the diet. She wants a workout blueprint of what the best exercises are for fat loss and what supplements she needs to take to make sure that she's losing weight fast but also healthily. There's no point in going through all this and feeling like a walking corpse at the end of it. Just to make sure she has the right solution and no time for experiments, she'd also ask all of her Facebook buddies about what they can recommend. Final step for her Tiff, her best friend, is a fitness instructor. Thing is, Sally knows that if she books in with Tiff, she'll end up chatting and catching up. There's no time for this. She needs results. Sally plans on searching the internet to find the best solution in the area. She knows that if she doesn't make a commitment, she will lose sight of the nutrition. She needs accountability in order to stick to the nutrition plan. She's internet savvy, has contemplated the online program and is motivated, just lacks structure with food. Sorry, this is an adapted one of something else. Sally is smart. She can spot a stinker from a mile off. She also has the trust, expertise and support of her network, so she is very likely to succeed. This makes her a very valuable asset to have. Not only is she likely to make multiple purchases, but she's likely to be the one spreading the news if she is successful at her weight loss. Her why. She only has one prerequisite for a win, other than the groom, of course. She must wear her mum's wedding dress. Fitting into that dress is a powerful emotional reason for her to seek out our product. Her fear, having the wedding of her dreams ruined because she can't fit into her dress, because there's little time left to lose weight. Okay? Does that make sense? Yes, the avatar is used for the main copy. Do you think you could create a program based around what Sally wants now, knowing that she looks like this, knowing that she's going through all of this? How much easier is it to create a program based on that? Can you see, like, if you don't do this stuff, then everything else is going to suffer if you don't actually have this stuff in place. Yeah? So it makes things a hell of a lot easier. A hell of a lot. So, coming back here, this is basically I don't know why I can't use my mouse on there. So this basically becomes the story based around the facts. So we've deciphered the facts from doing the research. And we've now started building the story around it. So we know she's single, she's got a fiance, she lives in the city centre, she struggles because she works hard, she's an overworked lawyer with social events and drinks a glass of wine a night. She doesn't struggle for money. She's very internet savvy, so she knows she's got to do the research. She knows that she's going to scout out all of the competition also. So knowing all these little things and all these intricate details, you know that you have to have every single part of your website communication right. You have to have your kind of product has to be perfect in speaking towards her needs. And everything needs to be tailored around what she actually wants, right? So something like the Barbell Babes program would be perfect, because it's a 90-day program. It gets results. It's more personal training focused. We've got a specific nutrition plan around it. So I'd give it a supplemental checklist, because we go back here, supplements. So she wants a workout blueprint and the supplements she needs to take. So I know that if I created a supplement checklist, that would be perfect for her with the links of where to get them from. If I made it easy for her friends to share the page, easy for her to share it, because I know she's going to check out what her Facebook buddies say. I know her friend's a trainer, but yet she wants results. So she's pretty going to be like, you can pretty much guarantee she's going to check in with her friend to see what it's like. But yeah, she's not like she can spot a stinker from a mile away, so she can see who's the con artist behind everything. So having all of this knows that you can structure your offer very well. Okay? Same thing applies for online programs compared to camps. More so, right? Online coaching program more so, because in real life you can get away with it because you're attracted. Some people might just come to you because they want to do exercise, right? When you're online, you have no other comparison. You have to create this tribe of people from nowhere, really. Yeah? So when you're trying to do this stuff online, it's much more difficult to find the people. And you need to be much more targeted than you do in real life. Make sense? Yes. All makes sense, yeah? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to dive into the empathy mapping now. Okay, so we posted that up in the group before. Let me just dig this out quickly. Empathy map. So those people that don't know what an empathy map looks like, it looks like this, but that's the wrong one. It's a shitty version. Empathy map, PDF. There we go. So here's the empathy map, right? So basically, you print a bunch of these out, and you have the customer's perspective. So that would be like Sally, 36 years old, lawyer, right? What does she think and feel? What does she hear? What does she see? What does she say and do? Right? So I use Evernote a lot. Let me just find this. Barbell Babes. Empathy map findings. Here we go. So we're going to go through. Get this map up, guys, on your screen. I'm going to talk you through it right now. So what does she think and feel? Right? She's miserable. She lacks confidence. Like, this is a different person to Sally, by the way. This is based on real research. So I actually done a guinea pig trial with the Barbell Babes. I had 12 people. I asked them all to fill in an empathy map, and I took all of the comments off the empathy map and put them into a document like this so I can lift it out for me copy. So, think and feel. Miserable, lack confidence, feel so sad that eat more food, drink more alcohol, disgusted when looking in the mirror and wouldn't let husband see naked, pretend to be ill to avoid Christmas party where the husbands work, colleagues' wives are, and fear of his friends judging. Like, things like this, guys, like I would never have thought of, right? Never, unless I'd done this. So I think it's really good if you can attract people into a guinea pig program and get them to do it. You attract them through the avatar and the copy, right? But then when you get the empathy map, then it's great to get insights into people. Like, you can interview people through audio, and you can also just flat out sit down with them with an empathy map and get them to do it. Or get them to do it on their own, because I find that people are more honest when they're on their own. They worry and think about food constantly, worrying all the time about putting weight on, makes them feel stressed as though they're holding back from enjoying life fully. A mental blog about doing squats and lunges, thinking that too many will make lower body go bigger. Consider liposuction. Never really had a weight problem or been very overweight, but always wanted to lose up to half a stone as carry weight on a lower body. Push myself to be confident. I have struggled with confidence forever. I worry about the relationships I'm in, university, and where I'm going in life. I worry that I may not be good enough. I always achieve goals I aim for, and I usually succeed, so don't know why I worry so much. Right? All this stuff is valuable insights. So that's think and feel. Here's what they see. Weight loss pills, body wraps, electrical massage, treatment claiming weight loss results, all kinds of quick fix diets, PT offering training, massive, friends on Weight Watchers, people taking Slim Fast, people who do high protein diets with shakes, skinny celebs in their diets, Slimming Club TV, ads and posters, magazines, workout videos, friends, online Weight Watchers, Slim World, classes at leisure centres. Some do nothing and just moan about the weight. Friends running in local gyms. Texts from gyms and Slim World constantly. All my friends and family have gone through the same journey as myself. We tried every diet, every group. After losing some weight, we ended up putting twice as much back on. Can you see how this stuff's massive, guys? Massively invaluable. Like, you're never going to get this type of stuff by doing it on your own or trying to make it up. Would anyone else have made that up? Could you have made that stuff up yourself? Come on, guys. Let's quick fire on the things. See, it's huge. Huge stuff. Yeah. So the things that they say and do. I've avoided social events just because I hate myself so much. The main one being someone's birthday. I couldn't physically get out of it because I was so down. Didn't want to face people because I felt so disgusting. I carry the guilt with me today. Wow. Huge. Massive. Look at that. That is somebody's true emotions. I carry the guilt with me today. I myself, I believe that comes with age and what I've done so far in my life, work and travel and careers, uni. I aim to be happy in myself, and I believe this truly shows through when you're happy in oneself. I sometimes felt so down on myself I would miss a night out if I had nothing to wear because I felt fat in everything I had, or if I did go out, I would feel miserable and go home early. In the past, I made up excuses not to go out, which weren't true. Things like my partner was going out, so I have no one to look after the kids, for example. I used to avoid getting dressed up to go out because I felt uncomfortable. I used to make out that I trained more than I did. I still don't dance when I go out because I feel too self-conscious, except from when the boyfriend's there. I do then. I always used to say I ate well, but I cheated on my plan, but didn't tell anyone. Like, this stuff is mental, guys. I would never ever have guessed this stuff. And I bet Pam for you as well, because Pam's a machine. She's in awesome shape. Like, she probably never have experienced this stuff. Maybe she has. Maybe every woman goes through it, but I don't think Pam has, because she's an absolute machine. So what do you hear, right? So I get criticised for going to the gym, which what really annoys me is when people don't listen to me and respect my feelings or decisions when I don't want to eat unhealthy food, i.e. takeaways, McDonald's, etc. People often tell me I don't need a trainer to watch what I'm doing, as I'm only small and I need to eat more. You're mad getting up at that time to train. You should always eat breakfast. A little treat won't harm you. You're taking it too far. Because you're so obsessed with your weight, diet and training, something must be wrong in your life. You're not happy. I think you're mad, but you're so good I couldn't do it. You look amazing. You won't put weight on. You don't need to lose weight. You just look fine. Last time you lost weight, you looked ill. That's basically somebody saying that last time you lost weight, you looked skinnier than me. You should be spending more time with your partner, family. Don't know why you don't just go running. It's free. Just eat. It's fine. One won't kill you. People say I worry too much, I think too much, and I need to chill out. People in work think I'm nuts. My mum says I'm overdoing it. Work, studies, exercise, eating, living. That's not good for you. First of all, my husband loved that I was getting fit, but then as time passed, and as I started losing weight, he'd say things like, I'm taking it too far, and I'm looking ill, I'm not eating well, fool. Then my girls who see me losing weight said I looked amazing and were interested in what I was doing. Pains, fear of failure. My biggest obstacle was people around me. It's the strangest thing when people start to change towards you. Trying to make a relationship work in the past, being unsuccessful in life and not having confidence. Even when I lose weight, I'm frustrated and that I feel exactly the same way. This stuff is like gold dust, guys. My biggest fear is losing weight and putting it back on and losing the tone in my arms. I have lost weight before and put it back on. I'm frustrated that I'm not achieving the results I would like, even if I am small. I have in the past thought I could get where I wanted to by not eating at all. Gains. I want to weigh 9 stone something. I want to remain a size 10 for life. I want to have perfect defined abs, arms, toned thighs and bum. I want a perfectly toned bum. I want to finally accept myself for who I am. Toned thighs, stomach, lifted, shapely bum, upper body strength, toned upper arms, be able to physically see the results. I want to be truly confident, not arrogant, just confident in the things I do. I want to lose dress sizes and weight so that I can be proud of myself and finally achieve something and reach my target. I want to be able to create changes in myself, mindset. I want to start to know and like myself and be proud of what I achieve. Guys, so what would you hand a client an empathy map, or would you fill this out? So basically, Paul, I would get like my top 5 clients and hand them an empathy map and say, look, can you fill this in? I'd give them some guidance. So I'd shoot a little video saying, can you fill this in? This is what this is. If you just got a camera phone, like, just hold up the map to it and say, this is what you do here, this is what you do here, this is what you do here, right? And just let them fill it in and hand it back to you, right? So then I was able to, let me dive back to this content, but I was able to write the copy based on that because I have everything. I might even rewrite the copy, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to go through this now. An empathy map's basically someone else's point of view. What do they see, say, think, feel, and hear? It's their perspective, their worldview, their emotions, their beliefs. Not what we think. Okay, that's huge. Not what we think it is. Why empathy map? It allows you to generate a point of view from the customer's perspective and help you draw out previously unknown insights. What is the goal? The goal of the game is to gain a deeper level of understanding of your customer within a given context, such as buying decision or an experience using a product or service. So, can you see that these are my clients, yet the CPTs putting out training offers all of the time, right? That might shock you, but there's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of noise out there. So, it's time to create your empathy map, okay? I've talked you through this already, how we do it. So you get like 5 to 10 clients, you start a guinea pig trial, you sit them down, you ask them to take the empathy maps home, fill them in and bring them back. You then take all of the points from the empathy maps and put them into one place. I like to use Evernote. Okay. You then start to structure your copy from there, which we're gonna get into copywriting, guys, in a few weeks' time. I like to think I'm pretty good at copywriting. If you've read the tribal retention system, I wrote all of the copy for that. You can have a look at that. You'll see the copy's pretty good. Pam, yeah, it's a great way because these empathy maps make people actually verbalize what they do. Like, I've thought about using the empathy map for every single people. Like, every single person that comes into my camps, because it makes them verbalize and realize what they actually think and feel, what they see regularly, like what they want to achieve. So it's almost like goal setting as well. So you could say that this is what we do now. This is goal setting. So you could get rid of all this business model empathy map thing. I think the simple act of actually doing this would be easy. Like, this is mad. Like, a friend of a friend the other day went to, like an AA clinic. Like, she'd been drinking too much. And she's not really an alcoholic, but like her mum died of alcoholism. So she was referred, and she said she filled in this form, and she thought she had a moderate alcohol consumption. She filled this form, and she was off the scale, right? Like, in serious need of an intervention, right? And that was enough to shock her to actually stop. And she was like, "Whoa, look, I'm totally shocked by filling this form in." She said, "Now, all I'm going to do is basically," she said, "I don't want to waste your time. Like, I'm totally shocked by the fact of just filling this form in." She said, "If I need your help, could I please get a referral again? But I think the place will go to somebody who really needs your help." And now she's cut down, and she only does weekend drinking now, because simply the act of going through it has stopped her from drinking. Okay, does that make sense? So, does this stuff help, guys? Has anybody ever talked to you about this stuff before? Anybody ever taught you this stuff in business? Bam. That's what I like to hear. Guys, you know what? If I was to just give you this one lesson, the whole course is worth the investment. Would you agree on that? This stuff every single project you ever start in your life will start with this process. Every single thing. Every single thing. Okay? Would you like to see the copy that I wrote from the Barbell Babes? Yeah. Okay. Let me find it. This is I wrote this quite a while ago, to be honest. Copywriting's far better now. Barbell Babes copy. Final draft. Here we go. So here we go. Here's the headline. Attention, are you a frustrated female lacking confidence in your appearance? Now you too can erase the last of your unwanted, ugly, stubborn body fat and become stronger without ever slaving in the gym or starving yourself. No, NB, never before shared formula held frustrated women finally reach their dream size 8 to 10 without following fad diets, wasting countless hours in the gym, or going hungry. Here we go. It's pretty long, this. Most people think to achieve any kind of weight loss and toning up, you have to either work for hours upon hours slaving in the gym or starving yourself. It's not true. Meet such and such. Although you're not alone, I once thought this too. I'll give you the perspective on this. I'm going to introduce a client as though it's their story, as though they're telling it, okay? Although you're not alone, I once thought this too. I used to feel disgusted when I looked in the mirror. I lacked in confidence, and there's no way I would let my partner see me naked. I'd literally put off the light and dart under the covers before he got a chance to see my body that I hated so much. That's not all though. I remember one time I was asked to go to my partner's Christmas do, and I faked an illness so that I didn't have to go. I felt like his friends would judge me, and I couldn't do that to him. I sometimes felt so down on myself that I would miss a night out if I had nothing to wear because I felt fat and everything. I'd make up excuses saying things like I had no one to watch the kids, or if I did go out, I wouldn't dance because I was way too self-conscious and would feel miserable and go home early. I push myself to be confident in everything I do, but it's not easy. Even the times I've lost weight and my clothes felt looser, I'd look in the mirror and feel like I look no different. Not only that, I'd instantly start to worry about putting it all back on, and it made me feel stressed, as though I was holding myself back from fully enjoying life. My friends thought it was crazy and would tell me things like, you don't need to lose weight, you look great. And it was like they were trying to sabotage my results, saying things like, go on, one won't harm. You won't put any weight back on. But it wasn't about them, it was about how I felt and about what I wanted. I was so scared that if I had one little treat, I wouldn't be able to stop, and I'd pile the weight back on plus some. My partner kept telling me that I looked great, but I just didn't believe him. I used to think, how can you think that? You definitely aren't looking at the same person as I am when I look in the mirror. I used to regularly read the magazines just to see what the celebrities were doing. They looked great in their pics. I hated having pictures taken. And I'd see the training programs and diets that they follow every Sunday night. I'd look to see which one I'd follow this week. But part of me thought, is this true or has it been airbrushed? And even if it was, it won't work for me. Nothing ever does. Everywhere I'd go, it was like the diet world was stalking me. Slimming pills, Weight Watchers adverts, quick fix diets, slimming shakes, high protein diets, local gym adverts. My friends would suggest what they were doing, but if I'm honest, they never changed, and what they were doing didn't appeal to me. There was so much information out there that I was completely overwhelmed and confused. All of these solutions promised me amazing results, but I've tried them all before, and the last time I dieted, one of many I've tried and failed, I was getting comments like, you look ill, and because you're so obsessed with your weight and diet and training, there must be something wrong in your life. You're not happy. And then when I refused to eat the junk food because I was trying to be good, I get criticised like some kind of outcast. Which of course did nothing for my confidence and left me feel deflated and as though I was fighting a battle against everybody. Even the people that I thought would support me. In the end, I'd just lie about my eating. I'd say I'd worked hard in the gym, but sometimes I just sat in the sauna so I looked as though I'd worked up a sweat when I was leaving. One day I thought to myself, this is getting ridiculous. It had to end. I was completely fed up, didn't know where to turn, and was sick and tired of everything trying and failing, and it seemed like I was going to be on a diet forever. Then I met a group of ladies. Let's change that. I met an amazing and supportive group of ladies and become part of what felt like a family. These women got me, they understand me, and finally I met a group of people who had struggled the way I had. No longer did I feel on my own. No longer did I feel like I was on my own for the first time in my life. I was working out, and two things that I'd never experienced before were happening. One, I was getting results I was getting the results I never thought were possible without feeling starved or deprived of treats. And two, I was actually enjoying losing weight. Started to look great, had more energy than I'd ever had. Wasn't stressing or searching for the next diet solution and wait for it. I was getting compliments from everybody. I just smiled and said thanks. And for the first time in my life, I actually had the confidence to say to myself, yes, I do look good, thank you. No more fads, no more quick fixes, although the results were coming faster than I imagined. Short and fast, effective fat burning workouts, and we were in a small teams of 3. I love it. I can feel myself getting stronger and stronger every session. It's not something that I previously thought about, but now I'm experiencing the extra strength. I'm addicted. This is the best decision I've ever made. The supportive group of ladies, second family, all have one thing in common. We're all part of Barbell Babes, and we have the most amazing supportive coach that has changed each and every one of our lives. You no longer have to struggle trying to get the results you desire. For the first time in my life, I actually believe I can get into the shape of my dreams without crazy diets, ridiculous exercise, endless running, plus the other what feels like hundreds of methods I've tried. I don't even see I'm dieting anymore, which is a relief. I think that word actually puts my mind into automatic craving mode. It seems like every time I'm dieting, I crave foods. Now I'm not dieting, those cravings have gone. Here's how I came to this point in my life. Step 1, stop struggling with your diet and wasting time. Step 2, it's very simple. You turn up 3 times per week, receive world-class coaching and lots of personal care, attention and genuine support. Step 3, become part of a team of women just like you so you no longer have to be on your own. Step 4, the training sessions last 30 minutes in total, plus a warm-up and cool-down chat. These chats are little stories that have helped me understand how to become happier myself, understand effective nutrition and stay on track. Step 5, there's an online membership site where you can log in at any time and interact with the other Barbell Babes and watch educational videos, which really help me fast track my results. Every step is broken down into simple action points. Step 6, you get a habit development chart and are taught exactly how to break down habits and to create positive new habits. This really helped me and is incredibly simple. All you do is tick a couple of boxes every day. This is the most simple program I've ever followed. Step 7, imagine how it's going to feel to see visible results. I noticed my bum lift, my belly fat visibly reduced, my arms toned up, and I swear I started to get nice toned inner thighs for the first time in my life, all within the first couple of weeks. Step 8, the program lasts 90 days, and in that time you'll have a brand new body. Imagine how it will feel to achieve your dream results in less than 90 days without any hardship or struggle. Step 9, put yourself in my shoes for a second. Over 90 days ago, I too was lost, out of shape, fed up, and almost resigned to the fact I was never going to get it in shape. Now I've never looked back. I'm part of the Barbell Babes elite. I decided to continue after the 30 days. I loved it so much. Here's my secret weapon. Basically, it goes into all other stuff, right? Then testimonials, things like that. Then the offer. See? So, does that help, guys? Do you get a good idea of how, like, Yes. Copy taken from the empathy map. Yes, used emotions. You see how I pretty much lifted all of the stuff from the empathy maps into the copy? Very simple. Very... No guesswork, right? Exactly, Paul. And I told it from the story of a woman, right? So it wasn't even me. Like here's some other stuff as well. Like after the first day, the soreness was incredible, like nothing I've ever experienced before. Going to the toilet was a chore. I was so sure that this wasn't right. I was adamant that I shouldn't feel this way. I logged into the private members area and typed up this message. OMFG, are my legs supposed to be this sore? I can't walk. Surely this isn't right. It's funny how things work though. In reflection, all of these imperfections. Oh yeah, I forgot to say this. Basically, I said it's not perfect. Now, I'd love to tell you straight up that this was 100% the perfect fix, but it's not. Let's face it, nothing is perfect. In fact, I'll tell you exactly the parts that I didn't enjoy first of all about the program. Well, for starters, I had to step out of my comfort zone and complete some very tough but rewarding training sessions. There was no push button fix. This actually required me to do a lot. I was forced to change, not through my coach, but the environment I was put in. Everyone was so supportive, I didn't want to let the team down and create my own successful environment. After the first day, the soreness was incredible, like nothing I've ever experienced before. Going to the toilet was a chore. I was so sure that this wasn't right. I was adamant that I shouldn't feel this way. I logged into the private members area and typed up this message. OMFG, are my legs supposed to be this sore? I can't walk. Surely this isn't right. It's funny how things work though. In reflection, all of these imperfections actually turned out to be the things I enjoyed most. I'm sure you can relate to this reading my story. I realised why I'd failed so many times in the past. Because I was looking for the easy get out of jail free card. It doesn't exist, and I know why I'd avoided the hard work in the past. Well, because it was hard. I became to learn very quickly that to become successful, you must get comfortable at being uncomfortable. That's the power you have when you join the Barbell Babes team. You have the support and encouragement of the other ladies. They're all going through the same thing, and we all pull through. No matter what anybody's ability, we all help each other progress. There is no judgment, and because we all want the same things, it's the most at ease I've ever felt exercising with others and actually working out properly. The tools I got were amazing, and everything was to the point and concise, no fluff or hype. But aside from the tools, what I gained much more than any diet plan, fitness book or membership site. For the first time in my life, I felt like I belonged to something. Does that shit not excite you? You see how literally reading through the copy, it's just getting rid of all of the objections that they might ever happen. Yeah? So that is the power of doing this, because I've got the avatar, I've got the empathy maps dialed down. I can create this type of copy. Like, look, 13 pages worth of copy. And I didn't really have to write anything because it was all there. Right? Imagine I had to do that from scratch though. This is literally talking right to them. So when they read this, they're like, shit. I actually sent this to the guinea pigs, and I was like, read this. And they were like, shit, it's like you're actually talking to me. It's just, they're like, it's long, but it grabbed my attention. It took me about 3 or 4 hours. I've got a really simple system that we'll go into on copyright as well in a couple of weeks' time. I haven't tested it yet, Mark. So that is the only thing. I haven't tested it. But I know it's going to be pretty bang on, because it's like the people who were involved in the guinea pig trial are exactly the people that I want to attract, and they were the ones that give me all of the information for it. A big part of writing copy is actually giving an insane offer, like a totally irresistible offer that they can't refuse. Like if you have a look at the tribal retention system, right? Look at all the bonuses that we throw in, right? It's like you're actually like stupid not to get it, because you get so much other stuff, right? So when you look at copywriting, yeah, and it's more powerful from other people. So you see here, detail everything that you get. There's like 10 things that you get. Then the bonuses, you get all the bonuses. So it's just like so loaded with value, like so much stuff loaded with value. So it's a complete irresistible offer. And the scarcity as well, because the program only opens 3 times a year. It's pretty much, it's full at the minute, the program as well. Basically, I converted the guinea pigs to a higher program. Does that help, guys? Any questions on any of this? Okay, I tell you what, we're going to dive into this week's tasks, and then we're going to do a Q&A. Okay, so this week's tasks. Task 1, perform conductive research. So do all what we did. Find out about your avatar. Yeah. Drill it down. Use the empathy maps as well, but use the map that I've got on Sally. Use that avatar and create 3 of those. Okay? And I want you to create 3 empathy maps as well. That information that I got was about 10 empathy maps. So I had about 10 empathy maps worth of stuff. Right? And then, that's all I want you to do. Do the research, compile the research, create the 3 avatars, create the 3 empathy maps. Okay? Think you can do that? Yes? Give me a yes. Give me a hell yes, everybody. By next Monday, yeah? Okay, so I'm just going to stop this recording.